Hey, Manana No Mas family. It's Kurt, and this is a quick lesson. And I almost hate to call it a lesson. It's almost like I should call it a refresher or something like that. And it's something that many of us take for granted. So I want to make sure I touch base on this. And here's why. You know, when I do consulting and I visit dealerships and I go around the country and I say hi to folks and I sit in on their business and I see how things happen, there is a widespread deficiency that people aren't really addressing. So I wanted to make sure that I covered it here in the Manana No Mas Academy. And believe it or not, oh, hold on. This is Kurt at Manana No Mas. How can I add value to you today? Yes. Hi. Yeah. I'm glad so you saw that on the web, did you? Excellent. Well, what kind of questions do you have for me? Yeah. We do have content on personal development. Absolutely. And on fixed operations. Yes. Well, fixed operations is anything that has to do with after the sale at a dealership, you know, whether it's motorcycles, boats, bicycles, could be computers, right? I mean, someone makes an equitable purchase, you know, a household good or a commercial item, and you know there has to be some kind of follow-up after the sale, something that requires maintenance, service, warranty service, things like that. And we provide training that helps companies provide the best service possible to customers after the sale. So, you know, it's called after sales. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Fantastic. Now, I told you my name was Kurt, so who am I speaking to? Great. Good. George, let me tell you something. I love the fact that you took a moment to give me a shout. Uh, Tell you what, it sounds like you're interested in some of the content that we have in personal development, goal setting, and things like that for general corporations. Is that correct? Great. When would be a good time to set up a Zoom call so you and I could communicate face to face and kind of work on building a relationship that way? Okay, well, I've got dates available. Gosh, you know, today's the 21st. I've got dates available as early as the 26th. Set up maybe a 45-minute, 50-minute appointment, and get you on a Zoom call face to face and see what we can put together there. And in the meantime, I would love to just get a couple of questions answered from you that'll help me set up that call in the best way possible to meet your needs then. Great, fantastic. So George, tell me, is the company just you at the office, or do you have people that work with you there? Some peers? Fantastic. Okay, so there's five of you. Great. George, tell me this. With the five people that are there, are you kind of in the middle of the range, or are you the boss and those people are underneath you in a supervisory role? Great. So they're all managers, right? Great. So you work in an office full of managers, and then what? They've got field people that they supervise. Okay. Okay. And then what do you think are, just give me one or two core issues, deficiencies that you're looking to get out of some third party training for your facility? All right. That would fall under time management. Absolutely. Hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Building the right team. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, and measuring performance. All right, fantastic. Good news, George. We've got content and curriculum and consulting packages that cover each of those three items, and I'd like to go into that with you in more detail on that Zoom call. Did you say that the 26th was good? Fantastic. I'm going to send you an email invitation for a Zoom meeting. George, I understand you work at abccorporation.com, right? Is that a .com? Great. And your email is george at abccorporation.com. All right. Fantastic. Let me send you a Zoom invitation. It'll have the date, the time, you know, the link to click on to get to that meeting. I will have a short presentation available for you at that time. We can do some screen sharing, and I'll show you what we've got to handle each of those three concerns for you. And then, maybe we need to come in and do a needs assessment and figure out, what other services or other ways we can add value to your team. George, that sounds awesome. Great. I look forward to seeing you online, and look forward to seeing what we can do for you. Have yourself an excellent day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey guys, sorry about that. Actually, not really. See, that's how you answer the phone. And this conversation is about how do you meet and greet and deal with people that you don't see. I tell you what, I'm at a dealership. I walk in, the phone's ringing off the hook, and they just let it go to voicemail. And if the voicemail is effective, efficient, productive, and it works at your business, fine. Let voicemail do the answering. But you got to get back in touch with that customer, right? You can't just let that dangle there. People need, especially in this day and age, they need to feel valued. They need to feel that they're a priority. And if they don't feel that they're a priority and you're not lending yourself to building a relationship with them, well, you're going to lose the sale. And whether you're in sales or after sales, you're still in sales. You need to sell your personality, your product, your services. And, when I visit dealers and I see the way the phone is treated, it's alarming to me. So the next few lessons in this course that you're going to see are about phone etiquette, how to deal with people, how to build value. There was a lot of things you may have saw in that last call that I just did as a sample for you. Now, if you were paying attention to that call and you weren't just distracted by the fact that I answered the phone while I was talking to you in the middle of a lesson, you'll notice that, I introduced myself. I clarified what company I was with, right? And what's the purpose? I want to add value to you today, right? How can I add value to you today? Now, your business is a little bit different, right? Whether you're selling computers, doing customer service, working in a collection company, hey, this is so-and-so. I'm with XYZ collection company. What account can I assist you with today? Boom. Get to the point, get things rolling, right? Once I started to figure out, did this person call the right number? Did they get in touch with me for the right reason, right? Perfect. I've clarified that. Then I want to find out, who am I talking to, right? Who am I talking to? Where do you work? What are your needs? All right, start covering some things, man. Get into what they want. This is not about pushing out to people and trying to ram rail my agenda or my desired sales down their throat. I need to figure out what they even want, right? So I started asking some clarifying questions. How many people work at your building? What kind of content were you looking at online? How can I assist you with some of our training products? And then boom, boom, boom. Now, once I've established that I've got the hook, and this is an intuitive thing, right? If I'm looking at the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell, there's a law of intuition that comes through leadership. And, partway through that call, you heard me switch gears. And it went from asking questions to setting future appointments. And that's because intuitively, I understood by voice inflection and by the demeanor of that person on the phone that they were ready to set the appointment. Now, that's when I made my close. Now, just so you're aware, a closing call for me is not, taking them from the introductory phone call to getting them to sign up for 6 courses for 9 people and thousands of dollars. That's not the closing purpose of that call at that time. The closing purpose of that introductory call was to set up the Zoom meeting, get them face to face, right? When they see that I can communicate in person or face to face with them online in a Zoom call, answer their questions, and be transparent and honest with them, that'll build that relationship. Now, relationship building, I'm going to talk about in a later lesson here. And relationship building over the phone and over Zoom are 2 things that you guys can do that will increase your sales and your effectivity and your customer service, tenfold, 10x, easy. All right. So that's lesson 1. Lesson 1, how to answer this thing and how to talk to people in a way that shows value to them, lets them know that you're invested in what they want. I asked clarifying questions. I found out who I was speaking to. I used his name back and forth just to edify the idea that I knew who he was. And then I set up that appointment. If you're working at a power sports dealer, your whole thing is to take new phone calls and turn them into appointments. Get the vehicle in your shop. You can't make any money on labor until you have a vehicle there to work on, right? So That's what I need you guys to do. Focus on the appointment. Focus on getting them into the dealership. But you don't just say, hey, this is Bob at ABC, powersports.com, right? This is Bob at ABC Powersports. When did you want to bring your vehicle in? If you go straight to that. Now, if you're dealing with a high D personality, they're going to bite. They're going to say, yeah, I wanted to get my bike in on Thursday. But every other personality trait on the spectrum is going to want a little bit more from you before they set the appointment, right? So, hi, this is Bob at ABC Powersports. How can I assist you today, or what can I help you with? What, what were you looking for at ABC Powersports today? Get to, you want to say the company name once or twice. You want to say your name once or twice, and then you want to find out what it is that you can do to add value to that person. And your goal by the end of that conversation is to get the product into your shop so you can sell labor on it, right? So that's your goal. Just keep the conversation going until you make that happen. And a hint, and we'll discuss this in later lessons, the more you talk to them and the more you build that relationship in the primary phone call, the less work you're going to have to do down the road, right? It's about sowing seeds and reaping harvest. Sowing seeds, reaping harvest. I'm really big on a seed and harvest sales mentality. So you're going to hear that more and more as these lessons progress. Have yourself a good one. Bye-bye.